Hello, everyone. So, it's a beautiful morning in Colorado. It's the day after the Grand Conjunction, whatever that means. Ah, dang it. I'm going to show you some of the Colorado scenery, but I don't know how to keep my cell phone stable here. I think when I break, it's going to go down. Anyway, I'm not sure what I want to talk about either. Waiting for these cars to go by. How are you doing? How did you handle that silence? You ever listen to a radio program? You notice how they keep on talking and then they keep on talking and then they keep on talking. They make sure to keep on talking. And you know why they do that? It's because you can't pause. People get uncomfortable when you pause. Like, I'm here to listen to something so that I don't have to think about other things. See, I don't want to have to... Sometimes there's thoughts that go through my head that I don't particularly like. Sometimes I feel a certain way, and I don't like feeling that. I don't want to. So, let me do something to get my mind off of it. Let me listen to something. Let me watch a YouTube video. In order to get my mind off of the things that I'm thinking. Oh! I saw this video the other day of this woman who was like a wellness coach. And she was talking about how to be happy. She's a coach to she coaches you on how to be happy, how to be well, how to hit all the wellness markers. And it has to do with health, it has to do with well-being, it has to do with how happy you feel. There's an Oxford happiness index, and yeah, you quiz yourself on how happy you are at the moment. My goal is to be 100% happy all the time. Honestly, before I even considered God, I don't know how much God was in the picture, but I remember hearing about the idea of perfection and wanting it very much. I had heard about God by that point, but I was a very young, very small child. But I was like, whatever I need to do to be happy, that's what I want. I want to be happy all the time. All this sucky feeling stuff, it's not for me. I mean, some people might like it. Listen, I'm not trying to rain on your parade, but me, I don't go for it. Now I say that, but here I am in my despair and my loneliness and my frenzied addictions, and there doesn't seem to be an end in sight. I tell God that. I'm like, you know what, God, I don't see it. I don't see it. I know I'm supposed to have faith. I don't have faith. I don't have faith. I don't have that. I know you're supposed to have faith. You're supposed to, see things before you can actually see them. Ooh, it's a tough one for me personally. So, anyway. I might go on the natural love path. I see myself. I guess I'm on it now. I don't even want to ask God for God's love because the times that I've asked for it, I haven't gotten it. And so that means that I'm either, really not loving myself and self-punishing myself and hurting myself a lot, which I am doing, or I'm also very mean to other people and nasty towards other people, which I am. I notice myself judging people and getting angry at other people and their little behaviors that I don't like quite frequently. So, and yeah, anytime you're not sincere or you have some such problem that I just mentioned, you're not going to get God's love. That's what I understand. So that means that I am not one of those things. If I'm not getting God's love, I'm not sincere, or I'm not loving. I'm very unloving, and I'm not choosing to deal with it. I have gotten God's love in a few times in my life, so I'm not completely, out of the race or whatever. I was reading this comment of this lady who doesn't know about the divine love as Jesus describes it, but has talked about longing for the Father and receiving this brilliant feeling inside of herself, and along with it, she cries a lot. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. That's it right there. You got it. You got it! Ding, 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 ding. You got it! So it's nice. It's nice to hear about that. It's nice to know about that. Other people are getting it. People are receiving it. It's great. Anywho, yeah, this lady, she was a beautiful Indian lady. She was talking about how to achieve wellness, and she was saying, with these kids that I have, sometimes it's not always possible. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Sometimes with these kids, you can't always make things work the way you want it to work. With these kids, she said something like, you can't really make your own schedule. Your kids make your schedule for you. These kids, they run your life, and there's nothing you can do about it. They run your life. Essentially what she's saying is, when you have children and you perform all the duties that a good mother would do, when you're a good mother, woo-hoo-hoo! When you're a good mother, sometimes you can't do all the things that you want to do. Because these kids, they just demand so much attention from you. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Theo, I don't know if I appreciate you at this point. I don't know if I want to hear you with this running gag that you think is funny. I don't think it's funny. Yeah, she was saying, sometimes you can't make your own schedule. Anyway, I think you get the point. I see this lady as crazy. How are you doing? Are you doing all right? How was that pause for you? Were you like, oh, God, no. Pauses suck. I hate pauses. Keep speaking so I don't have to think about stuff. Sucks for you, I guess. Okay. So I find it interesting. I wanted to make a video. I wanted to pretend that I'm a mom with like a mom channel. And I'd be like, I'd say the same things that lady was saying. I'd be like, sometimes these kids, these kids. This guy is on my right, and he's making me uncomfortable behind me. Okay. Sometimes these kids, you can't make your own schedule because they make your schedule for you. Okay, I won't do the insincere laughter again. Don't worry, I won't do that again. So, yeah, aren't these people crazy? It's crazy. Am I being judgmental? Am I being too judgmental? Maybe. Okay. But, like, God. Ugh. Ugh. It disgusts me. I'm disgusted. You know what I would do if I had a child and I felt like things are getting a little not so good, so a little intense, a little codependent? I would put distance between myself and that child. I would put distance between us. I would take a little bit of time for myself. I'm not saying I would be a perfect parent. I'm not telling you the best way to do things. I don't know the best way to do anything. But I just, it smacks of addiction. And I have my own addictions that I have chosen. But how can anyone have a child and let them run your life? I mean, you're giving a child authority over you, over your actions, your direction. What kind of example is that? It's so disgusting to me. My father left me when I was 5, and a lot of people felt very sorry for me. They felt so sorry for me, and I never quite understood it, personally. I never quite... Look at those beautiful Rocky Mountains. When people would like, declare these overtures of sympathy, I was like, what? Oh. Oh. Well, how do I respond at this point? I don't know what to say. Because I don't really feel that way. I think it was a momentous time for me when he left, and it was difficult. It was something was torn from me, or it was painful. I had this planet, if I may use the phraseology, that I orbited around, and I no longer had this thing to orbit around. Not that I necessarily believe in all that, but something that I kind of relied on. I probably had developed some significant addictions by that point with the man, and now I couldn't perform. I couldn't engage those addictions anymore. I couldn't have it when I wanted. And it's not, I mean, like, you get what I'm saying? I think you get what I'm saying. But I think there may have been something else. There may have been something good that was taken from me, but the implication in the idea that I must feel horrible now is that I needed him. I must have my father. Oh my goodness, to not have your father is such a terrible thing. Oh my God. Oh no, it's just so horrible. Is it? Because isn't there an implication in that you need a human being? You must have a human being? I don't think it's an issue of him being there or not being there. I think it's an issue of what kind of influence do you have in your life? What are the influences that you have? Do you have a lot of positive influences or a lot of negative influences? It's not who you have in your life. You can have a horrible, destructive human being in your life, and especially if you're a child and rather innocent and you don't know what's going on, then it's hard to discern. But yeah, I mean, it's all about influence. Like, aren't you saying that God isn't that important? Like, God is the penultimate, You need God. You definitely need God. I would use I would use such a dramatic word as need for God. I mean, Things don't work without God, people. Hello. Woo! There I did the sarcastic laugh again. I apologize. But it does not. It cannot. Nothing works without God. And we're getting the benefits of having God in our life, whether we like it or not. We don't have God's love in our life unless we, of course, ask for it sincerely. And that's a whole new paradigm that many people don't know about. But we're still getting all the benefits of life and sustenance that God wants to provide us. Even when we die, we have a place to go. That's pretty great. So, God we need. Do we need our parents? Oh, Theo, you just have so much resentment and hatred and sadness in your heart. That's your problem. You don't understand that you need your father. I don't know about that, okay? I don't know how true that is. I hope people can understand what I'm saying. Anyway, just kind of talking out of whatever is in my head that I think might be helpful or useful to people. But children, children and parents, and it's all kind of topsy-turvy, upside down right now. And I don't know. I've always wanted to have a child for the sake of being able to, do it a different way, man. I could have the chance to do it different than people have been doing it. Like, I've just always felt that since I was young. Like, I wouldn't do it the way these people are doing it. When I found the Divine Truth material, I was like, oh my God! I was emotionally orgasmic. Theo. I don't know if yeah, I get it. I was emotionally orgasmic. Why? Because he was saying such profound things about the relationship between children and parents. Okay, I just got a thing on my phone that says, phone too hot, quality might not be good. I'm going to try and take it out of the sun here. Hi, do you want to see my face? Hello. You see me? That's me there. Oh, I almost got into a crash accident. Yeah, so I'm going to close it up here. Yeah, it's all kind of tossed and, grabbled at this point. The relationship between the parents and the children. And it needs to change. And our parents are our brothers and sisters. Our father is our brother and our mother is our sister. That's the same for step parents and guardians and whatever else you have, or adopted parents that have adopted you. So I'm so excited that Jesus and Mary have come in order to share that, because it's really, really profound and a huge paradigm shift. And I hope people can find his message. I'm always looking to see if they have new subscribers. Not that that matters so much. It's really more important that you yourself actually get the material and use it and experiment and change and grow. That's what is really important. I'm sure that 2 subscribers that do that is going to be more beneficial and helpful to the world than, like, Jesus and Mary could have like 2 subscribers that are really using the material, and it's more like helpful than having 10 subscribers, if you get me. Okay, I think I'll end it there. Goodbye.